In this lesson, we will learn how to navigate inside a project. I will start by opening one of the recent files that appear on the startup screen of Revit. As soon as it opens, I will double-click on Level 1 to open this view. There are two different ways to zoom in and out. The first and most common is by moving the scroll wheel of the mouse, and the second is by using the navigation bar that appears on the left of the window. If the navigation bar does not appear on your computer, all you have to do is go to the View ribbon, expand the User Interface options, and select it. At this point, I will show you how you can zoom in on a certain region of the drawing area. I will hover the cursor over the sofa, and then I will move the scroll wheel upward. Notice that I zoomed in on the sofa. By moving the scroll wheel backward, I zoom out. In the same way, I can zoom in on the dining table. I will hover the cursor over it and move the scroll wheel upward to zoom in and backward to zoom out. If I want to zoom the view to drawing extents, all I have to do is double-click the scroll wheel. This way, I performed the zoom to fit command. I will repeat it one more time. First, I will zoom out. Then I will hold the scroll wheel down and move the mouse to move the view planar to the screen. To restore the view zoom to the screen size, I will double-click the scroll wheel. Another way to achieve this is to use the navigation bar. All the zoom options can be found under the icon that shows a magnifying glass. By clicking on the arrow underneath, we can see that those options are the zoom in region option, the zoom out option, the zoom to fit option, the zoom all to fit option, the zoom sheet size option, and the previous and next pan home options. The zoom to fit and the zoom all to fit options work in the same way and are equivalent to when I double-click the scroll wheel of the mouse. That means that if I zoom in and then select the zoom to fit option, the view zoom adjusts to the screen size. The difference between the zoom to fit and the zoom all to fit options is that with the zoom all to fit option, all the open views are zoomed to the maximum extents of elements visible in the view. With the zoom out option, the view is zoomed out, so the elements are half the size they were before the view was zoomed out. With the zoom in region option, you have to click twice to define a rectangle, and the view is zoomed to the extents of the defined rectangle. Last but not least, the previous pan or zoom reverts to the view previous to the current zoom. Once I perform the previous pan or zoom, the next pan or zoom activates, which returns to the view after the previous pan or zoom command was used. Before we finish the lesson, I should mention that even though there is a variety of zoom options in the navigation bar, the mouse is what we usually use since it's quicker and more convenient.